To you and welcome to another edition of the Quarantine Sessions. Yes, we are back after a brief hiatus. So yes, been a while, long time. Well, not that long, but long enough. Just gonna send to that camera a bit more. How are you doing? Very good to be back here, if I do say so myself. Yeah, here we go. Yes, how's tricks? Thank you, Joan. Great to see you too. Yes, I have not been back here for a little while now, but yes, rest assured, I have been keeping busy in the meantime. There is news. I should say, if you're new to these, I think most of you are regular viewers these days, but if you are new to these, this is a regular live stream of music. Decided largely on the whims of what I feel like playing. That said, I do take requests, so if there's anything you do want to hear, then try me. It doesn't have to be my stuff. I will attempt covers as well. If I don't know it, I can go away and learn it. Yes, we do these twice a week now. Used to be 3 times, but yes, I have an EP to record at the same time, so I'm dropping down to 2. Which leads me on to the main announcement, which is that I have been busy working on the EP in the meantime when I've had a chance. As well as other goings on, as some of you know, I've also adopted a new cat who will not be coming in here appearing on backing vocals because her pitch is even worse than mine, and that's saying something. But yes, been working on the new EP, and I'm hoping to have have it opening up for pre-orders soon, like in the next couple of weeks, sort of soon. It will probably appear on a sort of Kickstarter, Indiegogo site, a bit like a crowdfunder, for people to place their pre-orders, get your copy, and soon be the first to get your copy, based on how deluxe a package you'd like and all the rest. And yes, been doing a bit more recording. It's coming along. Anyway, that was Back in the Night by Dr. Feelgood. I'd like to try one which I've never played live before. This is another cover. This is by a French artist by the name of Emily Loiseau. And one of the closest I've got to finding genuine French swamp blues. It's called Fais battre ton tambour.
Mon ami est parti pour toujours. Mais moi je suis en vie. Fais battre ton tambour, fais-le bouger ce corps. Donne-lui du bonheur. Commande-je-m'en dans un corps que je n'ai plus peur. Fais battre ton tambour, fais-moi danser, qu'il sonne ton tambour jusque dans mes pieds. Je sens les larmes qui montent, mais je vais pas pleurer. Je sens ma peine qui gronde, je vais la chanter. Come and take my pain away. Come and take my pain away. Fais battre ton tambour, fais-moi danser, qu'il sonne ton tambour jusque dans mes pieds. J'ai la gorge qui se serre, mais je vais pas pleurer. Je sens monter la colère, j'ai envie de crier, de tordre un coup à ce mal qui me dévore. Je tape sur mon corps, je tape encore. Je sens les larmes qui coulent, mais je vais pas pleurer. Je sens la vie qui s'écroule take, come and take my pain away. Come and take my pain away. Come and take my pain away.
Merci bien. That was Fais, Battre, Tambour by Emily Loiseau. From, God, what year was Fais Sauvage? Which must come around 2009. An album called Fais Sauvage, which is really worth hearing if you want something a bit different. Now then, yes, I was talking about the EP earlier, and I will play 3 tracks from that tonight. Which, depending on how you look at it, is either half the EP or a quarter of the EP. Reasons for which will become clear in due course. So this one's called Friday Night.
Trades a wedding ring to buy diesel, and pack of cigarettes in the line. Heading for the coast, trying to find safe passage tonight. Got to close her mind to the horrors that she's leaving behind her. She always knew that something wasn't right when she found out what he does on Friday night. Red light that gives way to daybreak. In a room somebody's crying. His eyes wide with fear as he runs from the scene of his crime. Got to flee this town and hope that they never find him. Saturday morning shines a cold hard light on the fatal errors of a Friday night. Sitting out, skipping town late on Friday night. comes the sound of applause. But what's done here tonight will break all kinds of laws. Where a surgeon of sorts crafted wings to a horse at the behest of a man who could buy any wish, saying, why should the Pegasus be just a myth? But this beast will not fly, upon waking it dies. And as the crowd leaves, the doctor pours gasoline to destroy any evidence here at the scene. As he pockets the cash and he strikes a light to burn away the horrors of this Friday night. Thank you very much. Thank you, Andrew. Glad you enjoyed it. That is called Friday Night and will be featured on the forthcoming EP. I'll keep teasing out information as I get my act together. But yes, it is gradually being recorded. And with any luck, I'll actually get the bugger out this year. Anyway. Right, maybe a break from the newer stuff as I revisit an older one from the previous EP. This was the only single I really released off the last EP. This one is Our Man Stan. Stan, simple young man, knew his own town like the back of his hand. No great vision, no great plan, just a footnote, just an also ran. Our man Stan left alone unfettered, our man Stan with no vendetta. Our man Stan could have gone one better, chasing no gain, chasing no vendetta. Our man Stan, our man Stan. Trouble at work, trouble at home, on the shop floor with a broken bone. If he can't lift, if he can't work, out of a job and out on his own. Wasn't his fault he was tired and shaking, wasn't his fault that his back was breaking. In a cold flat worrying and aching, counting the coins that he isn't making. Our man Stan, our man Stan. Stands up in line, not to his name. Restart officer shifting the blame. Can he move home, pay to retrain? Can he lift loads in spite of the pain? Our man Stan says he's not work shy, but the pain is real and his debt's sky high. But the man at the desk has targets to meet, so our man Stan is out on the street. Our man Stan, our man Stan. Ah, man, stand, broken young man, just one good soul dealt a bad hand. No route out, no escape plan, numbing his pain with another tin can. Ah, man, stand, ah, man, stand, ah, man, stand, ah, man, stand.
Thank you very much. That was Our Man Stan from the our second EP, An Imperfect Cadence of Gloom and Ennui, which, if you're interested, is here. That was our last EP, which predates the one that is forthcoming that I will keep alluding to. So yes, onwards. Speaking of allusions to the new EP, 2 more tracks from it. Yeah, Bodies Back to Crow is the last one I finished writing, and by far and away the most miserable of the 6 or 12 tunes, depending on how you look at it. And probably the least played. But that's all more reason for me to give it another airing now.
Whose songs they'd heard, they locked up in a cage. But no one wanted Crow's call, they let him fly away. Crow knew he could steal the key and let those birds fly home. But if they stayed safe in their cage, they could not be shot down. Crow flew up the crooked tree, and there he watched a girl who nestled in its roots and hid a sorrow from the world. Her amber flowed up to its veins, and bitter seeds were born. And as they spread, his eyes shot red. Crow hung his head to mourn. The spirit drained from her and heard her plaintive song. And as he mourned, his mind had turned to those who'd done him wrong. He flew away and pledged that day to search far and wide for those who'd burned his hatchling's nest and shot his feathered bride. leaves it dies, and spring must rise for fresh new weeds to grow. But winter must come back to earth and bodies back to crow. Take his hand, pay the man the pennies that you owe. For all you've earned must be returned, and bodies back to crow. In a garden grand and wide, the men did as they liked, unaware that Crow was there and swooping down to strike. And with his beak he plucked their eyes and threw them in the snow. But fierce revenge brought no amends, no peace, no rest for Crow. Oh, thank you, Joan. Thank you, Andrew. Glad to be able to see out your Monday in an appropriately dark and gloomy fashion. And it doesn't get any more cheerful, for the last song I have planned for the evening is called Time to Go. And I just have to remember which fret I put the capo on. This one's an F, isn't it? Not E. I do like the idea of a scale of misery. I'm almost tempted to put a star rating next to each track on the CD, or CDs as it may be. From, slightly dark to full-on Leonard Cohen. Rate each track by how many stiff drinks you might need afterwards. But you know what they say, misery loves company, so thank you for... well, I'd only planned one more. Go on, I can throw a couple more in. What else can I play in this tuning? Well, you know what, since I'm airing the new EP, I may as well play the other one that's written in this tuning. Yeah, brace yourself. You may have time to pour yourself a second gin. I'm going to do the epic. This one's called, this one not on the schedule for the evening, but it's called Lilith. A gift she was to be, to keep him company. He hoped she'd meet his whims and would submit to him, but she is of her own. He parted her and pushed, could not disguise his lust. He said that they should go. He bade her lie below till she stood firm and told him no. She said, if you want me, atop's where I should be. He finished in no time. She sighed and rolled her eyes. He saw he didn't want to know. He fears the demon who lights on darkened rooms. His darkest impulses kept hidden from the world, but not from her. And Lilith was her name. An avatar for sin, a lie he hides within. His darkest impulses kept hidden from the world, but not from her. And Lilith was her name. She slipped away that night. He slept as she took flight. Her path down to the sea, pursued by angels three. A gulf stretched out for her to swim. They told her he felt spurned. They begged her to return, to heal his wounded pride. She raised her hands and cried, oh no, I can't go back to him. The Lord himself appeared as she stood undeterred. She cut him down to size and forced a compromise. Both knew that neither side could win. He fears the demon who lights on darkened rooms. His darkest impulses kept hidden from the world, but not from her. And Lilith was her name. An avatar for sin, a lie he hides within. He could not handle the desire he felt for her, and in his shame claimed Lilith was to blame. scoffed at his commands. She left with empty hands. The man incensed to learn that she would not return. A wrong he knew not how to right. Outrageous lies he spread, a price put on her head, a witch she said she was, a demon, a succubus, our visitations out the night. Out of sight, out of mind, she left him far behind. Her life was not destroyed, but hers to be enjoyed, and she paid no mind to his slight. He fears the demon who lights on darkened rooms. His darkest impulse is hidden from the world, but not from her. And Lilith was her name. An avatar for sin, a lie he hides within. He could not handle the desire he felt for her, and in his shame claimed Lilith was to blame.
Thank you all very much for your indulgence. I've been listening to far too much prog rock. I couldn't resist writing a long one. Picked up the bug while I was still writing with Cherry White, and Russell and I were kind of tacitly competing with each other to see who get the longest but still not gratuitous song onto each project. He still has the record at nearly 11 minutes for The Fog. Actually, yeah, look that one up. It's he deserves the crown for that one because it really is a winner. So I'll find a link. 1 second. Where's it gone? That's the Battre. It's the if you're ever curious, that was well the closing track on that album was so long we had to break it up into 3, possibly even 4 parts to record it all. Ooh, that's a good question. My most personal song. There are a few. There are a few. Let's see. I will link you one, because I don't know if I can do it. Can I? Dare I do it? No, I don't know if I can actually sing it. Because I wrote it for someone else. I wrote it with a different singer in mind. There is... this was another one I wrote for Cherry White from... can shoot you a link to this one, because this... I think I might have tried this one on an earlier quarantine session and came away thinking I'd murdered it, so I won't attempt it tonight. Need some practice. Like I say, it was written with a band in mind and a different singer. Whether I can... Yeah, contender number 2 is going to be a stretch as well. Yeah, let's do it. I've done instrumental versions of this one, but I've never done it as it was originally intended, in front of an audience. I feel quite exposed without a guitar. Okay, let's give it a go. Words. It'd be really shit if I got halfway through this and forgot the words. What's it even called? That's the one. Okay, let's give it a go.
The air was cold, the day was new, and bad news came out of the blue. The sudden breath, the sharp surprise, a world collapsed before my eyes. If I'd known then what I now know, I would not face this world alone. The sun grew warmer day by day, but winter never went away. Where light and life had been before was now a numb and hollow core. This leaden feeling in my bones, I cannot face this world alone. That I might not forget your face, I shall go to your resting place, remembering all the joy you gave, and make my bed next to your grave. The void that's left, now you are gone, I cannot face this world alone. You'd be amazed how much I've grown, still I cannot face this world alone.
That was contender number 2 for most personal one. That was called Face This World Alone, and it will open one side of the new EP. I've been holding that one back, but well done for teasing it out to me. Stan Rogers. Why do I know that name? Thank you, by the way. There is a third contender, but I've not played it for a very long time. I'm going to end up going back into standard tuning, aren't I? I'm sure you can get the tuning box out for this one. I like that. Thank you, Andrew. Mississippi Blues and Atlantic Charm. I'm always on the lookout for a sharp tagline to describe what I do, so I might have to pinch that. Thank you. I'm going to have to look that up. I do. Who do you love? I think Who Do You Love is a great tune. I might. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard anyone stretch it over 20 odd minutes. That's got to be something. God, that must be on a par with like Supper's Ready. Anyway, I'll play you contender number 3 now that I've retuned. This was one I used to play with the old blues trio called Your Own Way Home. You know, bitter and personal as the lyrics were, it used to be the moment in the set when everyone would get up and dance. So, yeah. Obviously hit home the way it was intended.
So the time bell rings and we stagger to our feet. Time to get up and move on, boys. Time to find another street. You've just got to fight on and not think of the cost. Where there's a will, there's a way. There's a way you'll get lost. And if the path forks up ahead, would you declare it dead and find your own way home? Must it come to an end? Must we find different friends, find our own way home? Time plot's ever wrong. It doesn't help to look back. It don't matter how you shuffle your cards, you still find jokers in the pack. Come inside for one more drink. We'll talk it over and then you can wander home and fall into bed before it starts stir again. And if the path forks up ahead, would you declare it dead and find your own way home? Must it come to an end? Must we find different friends, find our own way home? Forks up ahead, would you declare it dead and find your own way home? Must it come to an end? Must we find different friends, find our own way home?
Didn't realise you played yourself, Andrew. Yeah, what do you play yourself? I mean, instrument, what you play, style. Tell us more. I'm intrigued. always nice to get feedback from other musicians, in fact. I mean, it's nice to get feedback generally, but from another insider, as it were. Right. Bear with while I slip back into Sailor's tuning for one final tune. I will have to call it a night eventually, because Newcat has decided that making a racket at about 4 a.m. Is a great way to spend the night. So, not slept at all well over the last 2 nights and flagging slightly. So, thank you very much for tuning in tonight. Good to be back. And very nice to see you all. Plan as it stands is to be back here stopped mid-sentence there. I just realised the plan is to be back here on Friday. I'll almost certainly be doing an electric set. Here at the usual time of 9 p.m. BST. Cool. Funnily enough, Andrew, I used to play in a jazz band myself. Joined a jazz trio around the same time I had the blues trio. Probably started the year before with the violinists. Actually, it was 2 violinists originally, but one of them quit. Aims to basically be the next Grappelli and Reinhardt, I think was the idea. I think we all quickly realised that none of us really knew how to play jazz, so we had great fun trying to figure it out together. But yeah, I do love jazz. Yeah, that is very cool. Yes, I imagine you and I probably have a lot of overlap in our musical tastes. Yeah, you're very kind. Glad you're enjoying the output, the music. That's the word I'm looking for. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. Been lovely to speak to you. Well, that doesn't sound right, does it? It's because it's not right. So I will close tonight's set with the song that will eventually close the EP. This one is called Time to Go. Thank you all again for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you on Friday.
Let us walk out together. The stage is set. The wolves are here to greet us. Our fate is met. Our fate is met. Set down your grandest project. Someone is crying. A script you'll never finish. Your ran out of time. Out of time. The tide that rocks the ferry, your body knows. The pale man's outstretched hand, it's time to go. 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 Oh, thank you very much. It has been a pleasure. I will look forward to seeing you all on Friday. Until then, I shall bid you a very good night.